Welcome to Let Freedom Ring. Just want to say before we get into anything, this show is dedicated to the memory of beautiful Bobby Eaton, who passed away, I believe, yesterday. One of the best technical, just wrestlers of all time. Used to watch him on WCW Saturday Night every week. But just want to say, Soapy pre-op, you got very lucky at the wedding, my friend. We got security here to make sure that you stay out of this show. If you try to show up, you better hope not, because this security guard's pretty tough. But my guest this week, a good friend of mine, Larry Lemoine. Larry, welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Let's get to know you a little bit. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Nashua, New Hampshire. Pretty exciting. That's it. Not really, like, that's it. Nashua, New Hampshire.
Hey, same. Was your family always originally from that area, or?
Yeah, we were born and raised here. My mom, my dad, my grandmother, but my grandfather, I believe, came from Canada, or his father came down here. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, same with I mean, the Beaulieu's, obviously, same thing. Came from Canada, ended up in Massachusetts, but yeah, because you had French Hill there.
Exactly.
In Nashville.
Well, French Hill actually used to be a pristine area before. Back in the day, that's where you wanted to live, was French Hill.
Yeah.
The Concord area, Concord Street, which is really nice over there. So, but unfortunately,
it evolves. Things evolve.
Went down. Other areas turned into better areas. So, but back in the day, French Hill was a place to live.
And Nashville's just always a growing city.
It is.
Even from when we were kids.
It's grown tremendously different since we were kids.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff has gone, the whole Cinema Plaza is different. That, when we were growing up, when our parents were younger, they used to be the city dump. You know, probably what my grandparents should say, not my parents, but my grandparents. I was the city dump, and they filled it over, turned it into a plaza. So
it's wild. I mean, remember Bradley's or the Nashua Mall?
Oh,
remember you could actually walk through the Nashua Mall?
I used to go through the Nashua Mall all the time. I used to bike my bike through Mines Falls, guys, go to the Nashua Mall, and I used to steal all the change out of the fountains.
Really?
I did. I'd go in there anytime I saw a quarter or anything. I was like, I will get some free ice cream, anything, if I just take it out of here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And then the Yanni's Pizza was in there, I think.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. The Nashua Mall, now it's not like it was. It's a strip mall now.
Yeah, it is. There's a casino over there now.
Is there
really?
Where
that Bugaboo Creek used to be.
Yeah,
It's a casino now, right next to Denelli's.
Okay.
Denny's.
Yeah. No, it's always evolving. All these, Nashua's evolving, Merrimack's evolving. Now we used to do on the show one thing everybody should know about you, but I thought that wasn't enough.
Okay.
What's 3 things everybody should know about you?
I'm a huge lover of music, guys. Love music. I think personally, music is the greatest thing in the world. Emotionally, when you're by, I hang out by myself a lot, guys. I work, go home, just by myself a lot. Music has helped me a lot in my life. Artist, when Chris Cornell passed, dude, it hit me hard.
Yeah.
Love Chris Cornell. It's too bad he passed away. So, but music is a big influence in my life. I would say work is as well. I think work builds character, straight up. I just think that if you're a hard worker and you go to work and you bust balls, you're more than likely going to be a good person, have good character, because you're showing up every day. You don't want to let people down. So
True.
I think having a good work ethic builds really good character.
Good.
So, and the third thing I would just say is I love my family. I love my brothers, I love my sisters, I love my dad. He's my best friend. So family, I think, is the most important thing. Let's know that I'm a big family man. Love music and love hard work. It's pretty much me in a nutshell.
I totally agree on family, because obviously it's my brother's wedding this weekend.
I know, I saw.
And I'm Bobby's giving his speech, his best man speech. My other brother, Bobby's been on the show many times. Mike's been on the show a lot of times, and I'm starting to well up. We go to the ceremony, and I'm like, God, come on. And then then the first dance with my mom, and I'm like, you realize how much they all really mean.
Oh, absolutely.
So a lot of people, I think we're blessed that a lot of people don't even talk to their families.
It's true.
So
you're closer to your brothers I am, man. So
yeah.
It's it's good to have a big family. Growing up, I hated it because I had to share with my 2 brothers. But I'm telling you, now being older, it's awesome having a big family.
I totally agree with that. And sticking to the theme of the show, which is Let Freedom Ring, what does it mean to you to be an American?
I thought about this. You give us a pretty thing of questions, and I saw this, and I was to me personally, a lot of people feel it has to do with the fact you're being born here. Don't get me wrong, I think anybody's an American. If your family came here from overseas and you're born here, you're straight up an American. You can get a citizenship and become an American. No problem. I think America is great that it's all diverse. It's all different nationalities. I personally hate the fact of how much race is being talked right now. Like, it's just a giant distraction of other things that are going on. I hate it. Like, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I freaking love everybody. I just wish that, like, we just didn't talk about race so much. I just wish it wasn't an issue that gets brought up all the time. It's like, I hate it.
And I will say, I think though, like our backgrounds, people might not believe this, but growing up in Nashville was a very diverse community.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I mean, yeah, the race. I mean, there's definitely racism in our country. It is a tough one, but you're right. It does come up quite a bit.
It does, more than I think that it should. Honestly, like, I personally think that race is a huge issue. I get it. I understand. But the more we talk about it, the more I just feel like that you see it more, because it's so aware to everybody. So everyone's trying to find racism somewhere, and it's doing the wrong reasoning what we should be talking about, honestly.
Well, sometimes, yeah, when you know, because sometimes things get. I'm trying to think how I want to word this. Now we're looking for things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just getting crucified for everything, and rightfully so. If you're a dirtbag, you should be.
Yeah.
You know? But I just feel like sometimes it goes both ways, man. People can play victim.
Yeah.
You know? And you go that way. And like me personally, I'm not black, so I have no idea how it feels. I'm not Asian. I'm not, Mexican. You know? I'm white. I definitely feel like there's white privilege.
Yeah.
I just, people want to deny it. I'm like, listen, it's a real thing. But it's like, listen, I can't help the fact that I'm white.
Yeah.
Like, if I wish more people thought like I didn't see color, Yeah,
and the thing is that, like you said, I'm not, I'm not a different race, we got to hear them out too.
Facts.
I think a lot of things just get very, like, complicated. Very complicated.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Part of being human.
Social media has a lot to do with it today too.
True.
It's the reason why, like, a lot of things you see a lot more happening. The left and the right. I personally am not a fan of either side. I'm, just right in the middle. I just basically, I feel like, why can't I, like, pick and choose a politician?
Sure.
Like, I like a little bit from here, like a little bit from here. Let me build my own. I wish we could enter a different party than the two. And
well, we get, like, it becomes like sports teams.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
like,
yeah.
It's like, well, my team's got to...
Yes.
I think, Joe Rogan was saying this, the tribalism thing.
Yeah.
Where everybody, it's like, well, my team's got to win at all cost.
True.
But your politicians aren't the New England Patriots.
True.
Your politicians aren't the Green Bay Packers.
True.
The divide it's fascinating if you can just take yourself out of it, but people get so engaged and so revved up. I know you had a post earlier, and I saw some of the comments. I wanted to say, it was like, well, we got Larry coming on the show today, so you really,
It's true.
But anyways, let's get into current events. Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, really, and his brother's on CNN.
Yep.
Chris Cuomo, the Attorney General of New York, who is also from the same party as Andrew Cuomo, saying that it looking like he was guilty of a lot of this sexual harassment going on.
Being charged for 11 charges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any take on that? Are you shocked by that? Or do you think this is something that kind of just happens more often than we would know?
I 110% think this happens high up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I could, if you allow me, I would get into, like, all sorts of, like, just... Yeah, I'm very much so believe all that stuff goes on. Like, this is just, like, petty things I'm sure this man's probably done.
Yeah.
I can't say he's done it. I have no proof of it. I just feel like when you're that high up, man, you know people and you're rubbing people with the right elbows and you're close to the elites and you're basically their mouth. I feel like they see a lot of stuff that we normal people don't see.
And you think, like, when you're in a position of power, you think you're going to get away with it.
Absolutely.
Even though he had always taken such a hard stance.
Well, he's got to show that, you know, especially if you're going to be part of the Democratic Party, which is very much so against that type of stuff. So, not saying the Republican Party's not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they're more vocal than they are about it.
Yeah, do you feel like the Democrats kind of just do it more for show sometimes?
I just feel like they're trying to pry on like, I feel like the right and the left just fry on two different types of people to get their narrative. They're both going for the same thing, but they just pry on two different types of people. That's why there's only two parties. Yeah,
and the thing is, it's always really been like that.
Yeah,
going back to the start of...
You ain't going to change it, man.
Now we get the Delta variant. Obviously now Corona, I guess, on the rise again. People getting vaccinated. I know you're very strongly against the vaccination.
I am.
Do you see us going back to having to wear masks more than we did before?
I think they're saying Delta's like a lot worse. I'm not saying COVID's not a real thing. Okay, I know it is. Okay, and me, I'm 37. I'm very healthy. I've taken very good care of myself. I've not really fucked around with drugs. Like I just,
We'll edit that out. The F word.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
No,
you're
fine.
I'm just kind of talking. My apologies.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying, like, I've never messed up in my life. So, like, I'm not saying if you have, like, I'm no grudge against you, man. It's all about building better and just moving on. Never judge anyone on their past. People can change.
Yeah.
So, I just personally believe that because I've done well and taken care of myself, that, like, I have to get vaccinated. And people are like, my parent can get sick. And it's like, so because of, like, 15 to 10% of the population, which, granted, I feel for you, I do. But, like, I have to go get myself vaccinated because this person's sick, Like, if they're scared, they should stay inside their house then. Yeah. Why do I have to change how I live because, your parent or them is sick, or they're hurting? And it's like, I know it sounds really messed up to say, but it's like, this is life, man. Like, life is rough. Like, it's not a perfect world, You get dealt the cards you're dealt and you just keep going.
Do you think, though, it can stop this? Do you not believe that the vaccination can stop the spread? Or at least make it more mild for certain people?
I think that the COVID shot just helps you fight it better. This isn't a safe proof vaccine. I just feel like that it will help you fight it. If you do get it, it'll make it so it isn't going to hit you as hard. So it comes down to genetics, it comes down to your genes.
Could do that too. Well, I mean, going into this pandemic, none of us have lived through anything like this. So it has been like throwing stuff at the wall and we see what sticks.
Yes, it's a variation of what you want to do, and that's fine. I'm all for if you want to go get vaccinated. I have nothing against it. I personally believe things that are inside of it, and I don't want to sound like a complete psycho right now. No. I don't have like...
This is the forum.
I don't have like... what I believe, man. Like I don't trust the FDA. Okay. I don't trust our government. I don't, man. Sure. They've been time and time again caught lying to us. Yeah. The FDA originally approved e-cigarettes when they first came out, and then all of a sudden they're saying they weren't good. So it's like, if you guys are going to approve e-cigarettes, like, and then all of a sudden now that you guys...
Because people are dying from vapes and stuff like that,
Yeah, they're getting popcorn lung from it.
Yeah.
So I think
that's a fair point.
Unless I see it physically done in front of me, I'm seeing how you're making it, and I can physically watch it getting done, then okay. But I'm not going to take your word. Yeah. I can't trust people, man, especially not in today. I don't care how hype you are. Yeah. Like, I feel like doctors and nurses believe that what they're giving you is good, but they're not physically seeing it getting made in them. They're just told from their boss to give them this. No one's physically seeing it get made. That's what my problem is.
No, that's a fair point. I mean, I think, though, in my honest opinion, people because now it's starting to become arguments again. Yeah. Well, you didn't get vaccinated, but I did.
That's what it is, man.
And I don't know why this thing is spreading the way it is. I mean, honestly, me personally... If I go in a store, I wear a mask.
Yeah. I don't.
But
unless I'm told to.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't. Like, since last May, I'm gonna live my life again. I'll do what I need to do, and kind of just go from there.
I can tell you guys, during this whole thing, I didn't wear a mask. I went into stores. I purposely was trying to catch this. I ain't lying to you. I was. And guess what? Not even COVID wants me. Okay, straight up. I'm telling you, I would go into grocery stores and grab baskets. I'd go and eat food. I'm like, yep, I would do it. I'm telling you. I know it sounds gross, but I'm telling you. Didn't catch it, not one time. So that's another reason why I feel the way that I feel. Yeah. Everyone was taking all these precautions to do things.
Would you feel the same way if you were in New York City?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, yeah, I wouldn't be doing that in New York City.
I was gonna say,
but we're pretty populated over here, man.
Yeah.
Nashville's not a small city, so.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
It's not New York City. No, I would not be doing that in New York or Boston. Yeah. But still. Well, I went and lived on the edge a little bit. Okay.
I think we were lucky to be where we are. Yeah. During this whole pandemic. Honestly, I've never wanted to be a big city guy.
Neither do I.
I'm happy that I'm in New Hampshire.
I love New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I do.
Now, another thing, in the last couple elections, you have been adamant Bernie Sanders supporter.
I was.
Do you still support him?
No.
No,
I don't. Even during his second term, the reason I voted for him his second term is because Bernie used to be green. Yeah. Okay, and then he moved up, and I felt like he wasn't your typical politician, but unfortunately Bernie lied to us, so he sold out to the devil, And I lost a lot of respect for him because I was a huge Bernie supporter. Really
You were
was.
huge.
Huge, man.
Wow, one of the bigger ones I knew.
When he first ran, I was like, go green, man. You have a big enough support group that if you get 5%, you can make a third party an actual party. But like I said, once you move up in politics, man,
Yeah.
you know, and you have lobbyists in there and you have power for people, the elites, basically, you're just a puppet when you're a politician, man.
Do you think the Democratic Party, though, in 2016 was like they wanted Hillary? Do you think they really, you know?
No, I think they're afraid of Bernie. I think
Yeah.
they're afraid of the fact that it's democratic socialism, and they don't want this to be a socialist world. And listen, guys, I mean, I'm not a socialist, but I get it. I'm a worker. I work hard for a living. I'm a blue collar worker. I bust my ass, okay? And I've worked hard, very hard, since I've gotten out of high school. Like, worked, long hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I work just as hard as someone that's trying to start their own business. And unfortunately, in a capitalist society, someone like myself, I have to basically depend on an owner. And in a capitalist type world, they just keep cutting from the bottom and giving to the top, cutting from the bottom and giving to the top. It's like you can be a really good worker for a company if it's a privately owned company, and you probably get better taken care of than working for a corporation. But when corporations own everything in the world, and those are really the only good jobs you're going to get with benefits, you have to depend on them to give you good pay. Okay?
I do feel like we already have democratic socialism here.
In a way, we do.
You know, and a lot of things. I mean, your roads get fixed. You got police officers.
That's
you
what
got
all that
firefighters,
is.
You got teachers.
Yes, that was all socialist programs, firefighters, cops. Yes.
You know, so, yeah, I mean, it's a good soundbite if you want to run against Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
You know, so. Do you have a grade for Joe Biden so far? If you were to give him an A, B, C, D, F?
To be honest with you, I haven't really followed anything
Sure.
that's going on with Joe Biden. I personally do not think that he should have been elected. The man can't even talk, man.
Yeah.
He's having a lot of problems. I'm not trying to dog on Joe Biden at all.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that the Democratic Party, once again, when Bernie ran for the second time during the primaries, I voted for him again, even though he lied. I just felt like, you know, his views, you know, I don't mind a lot of them. I don't believe in free college. I believe that if you want to do that, you join the military or you pay for it. I just think that there needs to be a law passed that there needs to be inflation. If inflation is going to go up, there needs to be a law that pay goes up then. You can't bring inflation up and then keep pay the same. And this is the problem with capitalism. Sorry, I don't mean to switch it up from Joe Biden. I'm just saying that's the problem I feel like with capitalism. It's like when inflation goes up, your pay doesn't go up. And then everything keeps going up and the person at the bottom, so everyone has to open up their own business and then everyone's just going to start undercutting each other. It's just no good. It's just everyone's doing their own thing now, and it's like, yeah, but eventually you're going to have so many chiefs, you're not going to have any Indians, and it's going to collapse like a tripod, man. You're going to kick out one leg, and you're going to get rid of the consumer. And then a capitalist society is going to fail without a consumer. So.
Yeah. No, totally understand that. I mean, yeah, I don't have a grade for him right now either, but.
I don't think Joe, I really feel like it's Harris more than him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
She's really what's going on. She should really ask what she's been doing.
Yeah, but you know, president always has a cabinet and everything else too.
I can tell you, it's not the most executive orders, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was the big thing of the last couple, even Trump too. These executive orders.
He did the most, though, Joe Biden. As soon as he came in, I think it's 11 or 17 when he first came in.
Yeah, something like. I mean, because I know Trump, like he started doing that, and then it's like Biden was like, "I'm going to talk." You know, I don't know the numbers, you know, but I know they both were pretty.
Yeah.
Started doing that right away. Let's get into fan questions though. One from Maura McCabe, former guest of the show, big Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Okay.
What was your impression of Aaron Rodgers' interview last week? Are you confident in Love to take the reins in a few years?
We haven't really got to see Love, so I don't know. And personally, I love Rodgers. You know, I think that they're letting Rodgers unleash himself. I feel like during his press conference, he was just basically saying how he felt and how he doesn't like how the organization basically treats veteran players. And I fully support him, and I've been saying it for years. When we let Micah Hyde go and he went to Buffalo, I was so pissed. I was like, dude, why are we letting him go? He's so good, and he's been balling out for Buffalo. So I just think that everything that Rodgers was saying, I support him 110%. Like, Green Bay's a lot like New England, man.
Yeah.
Except I feel like New England just goes after free agents. Green Bay doesn't. We build through the draft.
Well, New England started doing that, I mean, this last offseason more than ever that I've ever seen them do.
You guys do good. You guys sign when it comes to like free agents. Like you guys signed Smith. You guys signed Hunter Henry. Two great signings. I think that you guys are going to be a lot better than people think this year, honestly.
Yeah.
And everyone's crapping on Cam Newton, and I'm just like,
You
guys are 7-9. You guys had nothing last year, so.
Yeah, I mean, he came into a bad team. I mean, Brady knew.
That's why he wanted out.
You know, So
Don't blame him.
she also wants to know, have you ever done the Lambeau Leap? Have you been to?
I've been to Lambeau Field, yes. I did a move
Oh,
job.
okay.
I have. I never went and watched a football game
Okay.
there, so when I used to do moving until I got into Clockner's,
Yeah.
I still do moving. I've been doing moving for like 22 years. But anyways,
Oh, really?
I did a move job in Wisconsin and saw Lambeau, and I was like, stop the truck. I got out, and I didn't go in there, but I got to touch their grass.
Okay.
So it's good enough for me.
Is that like is that on your bucket list to go to a game?
It is. It isn't. Like,
Yeah.
if I could get someone to go out to Wisconsin with me, yeah, I would like to go there and, experience it, but I wouldn't really say it's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Because I've honestly never even been to a football game, guys.
Oh, really?
No, never have.
What
Been
about-
to every other sporting event, but not football.
Like pro? Like not even like a college, like
Nope.
you've been to high school football?
Well, yeah, I played high school
Yeah,
football, but I'm saying like actual like college or
pro?
Never been.
Okay. Now, how'd you become a Packers fan?
Brett Favre.
Okay. I love Bret Hart.
I just watched him. I loved his gunslinger mentality. And then as I got older, I fell in love with the Packers because it's the only, basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. Green Bay is the only, it's owned by the fans.
Yeah, which
So
is one of the
it's-
coolest things.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the reason why I like it so much. Like, fans, like, I'm all for, like, working people. So, like, the more that a working class someone can have, I fully support it.
Now, you also have the hard helmet
I do.
of the Packers. Now, do you wear that at work, or is it only during football season?
So I used to wear it at work all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just in my locker now because after a certain amount of time, your hard hat goes bad. So I just haven't bought a new one. So I just wear a yellow one now. But yeah, during that, I used to wear that all the time at work. I loved it.
Yeah,
It's great.
Now, didn't you say also, like, when you became a Packers fan, you had, like, a jacket? Like, one of the starter jackets or something?
I'll have a lot of Green Bay stuff. I have a Green Bay
Okay.
starter jacket. I got Green Bay blankets.
Yeah.
I used to have a pair of Green Bay shoes, but I don't have those anymore.
Okay.
So I got a lot of jerseys. So
Yeah, I mean, during the Bret Favre, I mean, I grew up, I mean, obviously, you had that one Super Bowl with the Patriots, and I wasn't Bret Favre. I liked who Bret Favre was, but obviously not a fan that day.
gotcha.
And then what really made me a Bret Favre fan, like locked me in, because yes, you have your teams, but then I also have players that I really like. The night against the Raiders, Monday Night Football, his dad just passed away, and Bret Favre just goes
Ham.
off. And I was like, man, I think it was 2003. We might have just graduated high school.
Yeah.
It was like, and that was it. I was like, man, that made me, that put it on the map for me for Bret Favre to be like one of my favorite all-time players.
Brett Favre said he felt like his dad was there that day. Like, I watched his interview, and he said like he felt like his dad was there that day when he was playing. So
Yeah. The only other
it was really good as the Raiders organization that day was like really good to Brett Favre. Like they were rooting for him. Like they were like really on his side.
It was just such a cool moment, and that's when that's when Monday Night Football was still on like ABC. It wasn't on ESPN.
Yeah.
And Monday Night Football, in my opinion, felt like a bigger deal back then.
Yeah, we're younger. Everything seems bigger when you're younger. So.
But now, that was awesome, and then he went to the Jets.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah.
That's where Brett Favre's whole character fell off, unfortunately.
Well, the Jessica Sturger.
Yeah, I think it's her name, Jessica Sturger.
Yeah.
Sending her dick pics. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely sent her some inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Brett, come on, man, do better.
He is doing better now.
Yeah.
He realized it. Everyone makes mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're a married man. You shouldn't be doing that.
Sad thing was, I don't think he's the one who sent it. I think he had like his assistant send it.
Stop. Are you serious?
If I know this, yeah, I don't think he was the one that sent it.
I did not know this.
If anybody
I didn't want to read the story about it. I was just so disappointed in the guy. I was like, damn, Brett, what are you doing?
Correct me if I'm wrong, and this is kind of gross, but I'm pretty sure his assistant was the one that sent it. Now, everybody's up in arms with LeBron James, per usual.
Yep.
Do you feel like...
I fully support you. I love how you defend LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm a LeBron defender, too.
Yeah.
So...
Do you think he's made another super team at 37 years old? I want to just let you know, Michael Jordan was retired at that point. He came back years later.
He came back for the Wizards and did great, though.
And he was already like an owner.
Yeah, he did great.
Has he made another super? I mean, you're saying Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony.
I think that any team LeBron's on has a chance to win a championship, straight up, even at his age. I'm the same age. I'm 37.
I know. That's why it's real for me.
Yes.
You know?
Dude, I remember when we were in high school, and him, like, watching film of him, I was like, with the Irish across him, I was like, this kid is an animal, and he's the same age as me.
Yeah.
And I had to say, man, his mean is huge.
We would watch his high school games on ESPN when we were in high school.
Yep.
Like, that was cool.
And and you're going straight to the pros right afterwards. I'm like, that's how dominant he is. Like, everyone hates on LeBron here, but no, like LeBron James and Tom Brady are one and the same player, man.
Thank you.
They are. Okay. Everyone says the difference is like how many don't mean to turn this to Tom Brady, but it's like how many pay cuts was Tom Brady taking before he married Giselle? None. And now he built a super team with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He went there, brought players in. LeBron's doing the same thing. They're both just trying to win championships, and they're both doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I like, because there was time. All right, so like I always rooted for LeBron, but obviously wanted the Celtics to beat him. When he signed with the Heat, I remember being like mad because I knew the Celtics weren't going to be able to beat that team.
Well, they kind of not going to win one championship. We're not going to win two.
Yeah.
And just kept going on. But the good
Wasn't
thing is the
smart.
whole proceeds from that were
Went to
announced
Boys
where he
and
was
Girls
going.
Club.
Yes.
And we were
Place
both
that I
Boys
love.
and Girls Club kids.
I was a huge
I wrestled
Boys and
there
Girls Club
since
kids.
yeah.
They basically fed me
Oh,
when I was
really?
growing up, man. Like
Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club was like huge. I have mad love for Boys and Girls Club kids. You know who you are. I love you all.
I mean, so my brother does these like virtual races. I've been talking to JW a little bit because he's working there now. You know JW.
Yeah.
And we want to take some of the proceeds and send it there because I think the Boys and Girls Club is so important.
Boys and
Like
Girls
you
Club
said.
is very important.
It's keeping kids off the streets.
Facts.
I started wrestling there in 3rd grade. There was nowhere else to wrestle. We went there.
Really, it wasn't. You wouldn't do it at schools, no?
Not then.
No.
Now there was middle school. I mean, I coached at the middle school level.
Oh, do you?
I
Did
used
not
to.
know
I
that.
retired.
Okay.
My job now does not allow me to really coach.
Fair.
But that didn't exist then. But and I say middle school programs. Do you know who funds the middle school programs?
I don't.
The Boys and Girls Club.
Do they?
So there's still Boys and Girls Club
See?
programs
That's what I'm
under
saying.
Elm Street Fairgrounds and Pennachuck. But it gives kids such opportunities.
Absolutely. Yes. I experienced a lot of stuff as a kid from the Boys and Girls Club, and so did both my brothers and my younger sister. So like we're Boys and Girls Club kids. So like I think that for like poor inner city kids, Boys and Girls Club is very important.
And that's why, again, like people are like, oh, so cocky. I was like, well, maybe you never need the Boys and Girls Club as a kid.
Seriously.
That
Gives you a place to go, man.
LeBron grew up with a single mother.
Yeah.
And he's a billionaire now.
Good for him.
You gotta. He does the right things, but people just hate him.
He's given a lot back to Cleveland too, man.
Yeah.
He's built. I don't know what he built. He built something for Cleveland.
He's got a school there.
It wasn't a school he built. I just know he built something. Like LeBron James just makes himself look like an ass on social media.
Yeah, he does. I mean, but I would just say if you look what he's done for communities, that's more than Jordan ever cared to do.
Yes. Well, Jordan also, I feel like, told him to step away from basketball because he was gambling.
And his dad got killed execution style.
Yes, which could have possibly been what they're saying. Could have been from his gambling debt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true.
No, I don't either. There's a documentary out that I do want to see. Any early NFL predictions?
Tampa. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay, Kansas City again.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Green Bay could possibly go there, but we've been to two, NFC championships. The fact of letting Rodgers basically do what he wants this year, when we should have gone for it on 4th down, but we kicked a field goal instead, like, those calls are going to let Rodgers make this year. So we'll see. They're actually, like, unleashing him. Like, that was one of his biggest problems was not letting him make calls that, like Drew Brees, Tom Brady can do, Like, let this man, he's the best player, I think, in football. Like,
yeah, were you surprised Tampa Bay beat the Packers? Like, were you pretty confident going into that game?
I was very confident going into that
in
game.
Green Bay? There was no fans though, right?
What, in Green Bay?
The
I honestly
NFC
can't
Championship,
remember.
were the fans back?
Yeah.
Okay, they had,
There was
but it
fans
wasn't
there.
full stadium.
No, I don't believe it was full stadium.
But there were some fans there.
Yes, there was fans there.
Yeah.
I think that game was fixed, so we won't even.
Oh,
get into
really?
it. Yeah, dude, guys they had 3 flags.
Yeah.
They were on 3rd down. There was a total of 6 flags the whole game. 2 of them to us, and 4 of them to them, and 3 of them were 3rd down flags. Yeah, they definitely were helping Tom Brady. Tom, here's your 7th.
Oh, yeah. Understandable. What are your favorite sports moments?
My favorite sports moments?
Yeah, a few.
Aaron Rodgers winning a Super Bowl. I'm glad that as a young kid, I got to watch Bret Hart win a Super Bowl. So it's like the fact that I was able to see 2 Packer quarterbacks win Super Bowls was huge, 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 huge for me. For my home teams, I don't really watch any other sports, to be honest with you. Like, my best friend Arthur is a freaking huge Celtics fan, so like I've watched a lot of Celtics games with him. So when they had lost the Lakers, when they had like 27 free throws, and watching the Celtics lose, I can remember that just being like, I remember him being like wicked upset about it.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was a rough loss. But other than like the Packers, like I'm not really much into like big sports moments. Like I like the fact of watching like Larry Fitzgerald, like individual players, like seeing them like good people, hitting strides. Like I remember moments like that. I like Fitzgerald's a really good man. The guy deserves everything in life.
Now, let me ask you this then. Should the Packers have, we're talking 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks,
Yep.
2 Super Bowls.
Pathetic, I know.
Should they have more?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think they deserve more than 2.
It's crazy that they, you had Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Then you got Aaron Rodgers.
2 amazing quarterbacks. And nothing. We have one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. We should have at least 3 with Rodgers.
Now they both so Favre he goes back, loses to the Broncos.
Yep.
And then Elway wins 2.
Elway wins 2 in a row. So the Green Bay beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's basically what started my love for Green Bay. And then went back the very next year, played the Denver Broncos, and Elway did that, dove for the end zone, spun, fell in, and I was like, damn you, Elway. Damn you.
And then, I mean, I don't want to say that. Well, I'm going to say it. Then the Broncos got a cupcake victory against the Falcons, who weren't that great.
We got stomped by the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
And you talking about the NFC in the playoffs when we played them?
Did they get stomped by? Because I thought that Falcons team wasn't any. Who was the quarterback?
Well, they were to us apparently.
Yeah.
Same with the 49ers, man. They stomped them on hole on us too.
Yeah.
I was like, the 49ers have beaten Green Bay a lot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even when Colin Kaepernick was there, I was like, come on. Like, we know what he's doing. He's running. We still couldn't stop him.
Then has Rodgers been in a second Super Bowl? I'm trying now.
No.
So
he's only been to 1. He's been to 3 NFC championships.
Okay.
He went against the Seattle Seahawks, lost.
Yeah.
Went against the San Francisco 49ers, lost. Went against actually the Atlanta Falcons, lost. And then just lost against Tampa Bay, so he's actually been to 4.
4. And so who did they beat in 2010? Well, they beat the
Pittsburgh Steelers. You talking about the Super Bowl?
Not the Super Bowl. Who did they beat in the NFC Championship? The Packers the year Rodgers won.
We played the Bears. Beat the Bears.
Bears. Okay.
They had an amazing defense that year.
Yeah.
We beat
the Bears. That was like the time that they had a lot of good defenses.
The Bears have always been. I personally think everyone hates on the Bears. They need a quarterback, and hopefully Justin Fields can be their answer.
Yeah,
I personally not rooting for the Bears. I'm just saying they're an interesting team to see what they can do. But Justin Fields could very well probably help that organization because they have a really good D.
That's who I wanted, was Justin Fields for the Patriots.
And
then all of a sudden it goes, the Bears are trading up. I go, no.
Yeah.
So Mac Jones, hopefully you get it done.
We'll see.
He's
I'll tell you guys something though. Don't get you guys hopes up because Alabama quarterbacks. The last good Alabama quarterback was Joe Namath. So he's the only, I believe, Alabama quarterback. I'm pretty sure to win a Super Bowl.
Really?
So and Tua is a Alabama quarterback, and he ain't looking too good.
See, they're great. They're great in college, but yeah, we'll have to see. I mean,
Ryan Mallett's an Alabama quarterback too, and he didn't work out well for you guys.
Yeah. Now we'll see what happens. I'm believing the kid until I don't.
Absolutely.
But
he's got an arm, so we'll see.
Pop culture. Now we got a big live stream episode coming up on Wednesday. We're gonna rank all the Friday the 13th movies. It's Friday the 13th next Friday.
Yep.
Which love those movies. Are you a fan of those at all?
No.
Never seen them?
I have probably when they've been on TV, but to actually remember going forward. No, I saw this question. I was like,
I was just trying to promote that episode coming up.
So for Jason, I get who Jason is. Now I basically watched for Freddy Krueger growing up.
Okay.
I'm not really into the slasher horrors.
Oh, see, I love it.
I'm more into the paranormal.
Okay.
Insidious,
Conjuring.
I'm into that poltergeist, the actual I'm into that. Because it's more makes sense to me, more spiritual. Not that slashers don't. There's definitely serial killers that exist, just not ones that can keep moving. They're a demon at that point. So
yeah, I mean, I got really into horror in college when I found.
Dude, I'm huge into horror too. Just I said, not slashers though.
Once I saw Halloween, that was it.
Yeah.
I had to
Do you
watch
like Michael Myers?
Michael Myers, he's on the table. We got Michael Myers, we got Jason.
Watched a lot of Halloweens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did do an episode on the Halloweens.
You?
We ranked them.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of flack because my favorite Halloween was the Rob Zombie version.
Really? You actually did a good job, I ain't gonna lie.
I enjoyed that, but it was because in 2007 That was the first time I really started getting into it, and I think that became my favorite there. But then I love them all. Like, obviously, the original's number 2 for me. The second Rob Zombie one, I've learned to like, but it's all over the place. That's Rob Zombie.
It is Rob Zombie.
You know,
if you watch any of his other movies, like Hustle 1,000 Corpses, I think it's 31, Salem Witch.
Yeah.
That movie was messed up.
The only issue I have with Rob Zombie is your wife doesn't have to be in them all.
Why not? She's beautiful.
Yeah,
Show her off.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. Her role in Halloween 2 was annoying. It didn't make any sense. It's like you want to get your wife in a movie.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
You know?
Trying to give her a spotlight.
I know that he had a lot of issues with the studio.
Probably.
I mean, in both movies that he did.
He's a very difficult man. Rob Zombie is a complete straight edge, too.
But again, though, if he's the director and he has a vision, the studio is, it was the Weinsteins, too. They're pressuring him to do certain things. And I think he's like, all right, fine. Here's what you're going to get. Oh, you're releasing the movie in August and it's called Halloween? Yeah. Great idea. That's going to make a lot of money.
Unfortunately, that's, once again, trying to be an artist, which I support. Love people that have very artistic abilities. And that's the problem with, once again, like, other people having their say. Metallica dealt with it when they had to make Saint Anger, and they hated it. So
I'm just going to say this right in the camera. If the movie's called Halloween, you release it in October, or at the very least, late September, not August.
Yes, I agree.
Not August. That makes no sense.
There's a big population of horror fans that are going to watch it around anyways.
No matter what, but you want to also hit those people that are like, ooh, it's the fall. I want to watch Halloween.
Facts. I mean, it's good marketing for sure.
Yeah,
you would think this, but...
Well, the new Halloween's there in October. Halloween Kills. I can't wait.
What'd you think of the new Halloween?
Loved it.
Did you?
I mean, it's not, I forget where I ranked it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
I thought they did a really good job.
You know? But again, like, Halloween to me is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good.
Facts.
I just love those movies. Even Halloween 5 I'll watch every year. You know?
True.
How'd you become such a Bret Hart fan? We got Bret Hart right here on the table, as you can see.
Yeah, Bret Hart's the man. He's the best there is, best there was, best there will be. I personally love Bret Hart. Growing up, like, I was a diehard wrestling fan. So, like, I had a friend that passed away, Corey Belanger, that he had like all of the WrestleManias, and like I used to sneak into his house and like steal his VH tapes and watch all the WrestleManias. And I don't know, man, just his music really drew me in, and the whole like giving away the glasses, and like I just thought like a guy wearing pink just was kind of badass. Like, you're a guy wearing pink, like you got to be ballsy to do that. And
the thing was, Hulk Hogan left. Mm-hmm. And he filled the void. They thought it was gonna be Lex Luger. We got Lex. We don't have made in the USA Lex Luger. We got the narcissist Lex Luger, but they were gonna like market Lex Luger as the new Hogan. But the fans they wanted Bret.
A lot of people say like they hate on Bret because they say he don't have mic skills. I mean, I don't think he isn't.
I disagree.
Same. Yeah. I hate it when people say that because I think he actually does have mic skills. He's not as good as Roddy Piper or Stone Cold or The Rock, but
he doesn't need to be.
Thank you. I don't feel like any of them are as good in the ring as he was. Yeah. His actual wrestling ability, his actual background of who his father was, and Owen. I think Owen could have been better than Bret. Yeah. Although people say, and I don't want to agree with them, but yeah, I definitely could see that. It's too bad he passed away. Well,
he got, there was a meme going around that says, what would girls do with a time machine? They go back, find their great-grandmother. It says, what would boys do with a time machine? Go back and tell Owen, don't get in the harness tonight.
For real. Being the Blue Blazer, like, come on, man.
Oh, it was a joke gimmick.
I know it was.
Vince Russo booking. But I was at Justin Jerry's. You remember Justin Jerry? I was at his house. With R.I.P. Matt Dion. I don't remember who else was there, but we were watching it live.
Really?
When it all happened, and they came back and said Owen Hart has passed away. And that's the whole issue with Soapy. That's how the whole rivalry started. I went on the Morse Code podcast trying to have a nice time, and Soapy made a comment about Owen Hart that I did not appreciate, and next thing you know, we've been rivals ever since.
Fair enough.
Do you have a top 5 favorite movies of all time?
Not really much of a movie watcher.
Sure.
So it's like I can give you like a top 5, but for the most part, guys, like music, it's really just what goes on in my house. Music, video games, or play my bass.
Just one favorite movie?
One favorite movie?
One that you can just watch or it's on TV, and you'll sit down and watch it, or...
I would have to say, like, if I had to go with one movie, I mean, it's hard. I would probably have to go with, like, I don't know. This is a question now. Can I come back to this?
Sure. Well, this is probably gonna be tough too. Do you have a favorite top 5 TV shows?
Once again, I South Park. I own every single season of
Okay.
South Park. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love South Park. It's amazing. They actually just announced that they're going to 30 seasons. They're on 24 right now.
It's crazy.
And they're going to 30. So
Yeah.
like me, South Park is where it's at. It's great. They'd have no shame, and that's what's amazing
Well,
about
they're
them.
usually spot on what's going on in society.
Yes, they are.
You know.
Well, I mean, movies and TV shows, their own way. They got to beat around the bush, but they tell you what's going on. You just gotta, read in between the lines.
I think South Park is also one of those shows that you've always, since 1997, you know what it is. They ain't gonna bring cancel culture to South Park.
True.
If you're gonna watch that show, you know what you're getting. Just like Family Guy. I haven't watched The Simpsons in years.
I haven't either.
But Family Guy and South Park, you watch that, if you get offended, you know what, that's their audience.
Yes, it is.
You know?
That's what's great about it. And Into the Furnace is actually a movie.
Okay, Into the Furnace?
It's with Christian Bale. It's about like a steel worker like I am.
Okay.
And it comes from like Cleveland, like a blue collar city. And they have released Pearl Jam for like the whole movie. It's actually really good. It's a sad movie, but it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely see it.
Let's check that out. All right, now you got to answer this one. If you're a music guy,
Okay.
do you have top 5 favorite albums?
I do.
Okay.
This is a really hard question. I was trying, like, while I was working, I was actually trying to think about this, and I was just like, it's so hard to just choose 5 albums because depending on your mood and how you are and like how you're feeling, you got your happy, you got your down. I listen to a lot of like down music. It's just like what just captivates me and like I can feel it. It's what I like. So like Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains would be one. It's such a good album. The interesting fact about that album is they made that album, guys, in 2 hours, just about. They basically were so strung out from doing heroin and just all messed up all the time that they basically told them, like, you guys have this time to make this album. They basically sat in the studio all messed up and made Jar of Flies, and it only has 7 songs, and it's like, it's a masterpiece.
Oh, wow.
They're really, really good. I mean, everyone in that band is. Too bad Lane Staley passed away, but it is what it is. You can't be doing that stuff. So I'd say Jar of Flies. I would say 9 Inch Nails' The Fragile.
Okay.
I love that album as well. Really, 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 really good album. Trent Reznor is amazing.
Pretty brilliant guy.
He is.
Yeah.
Just very much an ego full of himself. But I mean, if I made all the stuff he did, I'd probably be the same
That's
way.
a lot of musicians.
I mean, if you're gonna make it to the top, man, you gotta have like, I'm the best, man. You have to have that attitude.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on with society today. They're trying to make everybody like equal, and it's not the fact. I don't think that we're not equal, but when it comes to competitiveness, like, I'm a very competitive person. Like, if you're better than me, you're better than me. It's just how it is. You got to accept wins and losses. That's how life is.
I agree.
You can't be having participation trophies. You're not building character doing that. So, I don't agree.
What
with
about
it.
if you're 5?
No.
Or
That's
3?
the time where they're learning the most at that young age, man.
Well,
Tough
I posted
love.
a video of my
Tough
niece.
love.
I was racing her at the wedding, and I wouldn't let her win, and she just moved on. Yeah, she just moved on. So, all right, what other ones you got?
Another album would be Audioslave's first album.
Okay.
I love their first album. It's a self-title. There's a question on there. Shadow of the Sun is probably I'll get to that afterwards. But yeah, I would say Audioslave. I love that album. Self-title, Black Sabbath. But that album as a whole, because I'm a type of person that likes to listen to albums from beginning to end. Like, everyone today wants to jump around with songs.
It's all mixes. And,
Yeah, I hate it. It's like, these people made this for you to go on a ride,
Yeah.
to have a feeling as you're going along. When you're not listening to an album from beginning to end, you're not really seeing what this artist was trying to do
what
for
the
you.
artist is.
Yes. It's their pain that they're going through, Sometimes you can relate to if you listen to an album from beginning to end. Like, you relate differently with albums too when you get older, like different parts of your life. Like, you listen to an album a lot, and then later on in life, you're like, damn, I didn't even realize what he was talking about until now.
There's a movie I do want you to see sometime.
What?
High Fidelity with John Cusack.
High Fidelity?
Because he talks a lot about albums. That's where I came up with the top 5.
Yeah.
Where he talks about albums that made, but he's talking about all his exes too.
Yeah,
in this whole,
I believe it.
So I think one more then, right?
That was 3.
Okay.
So 2 more.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more.
I would go with Tool, Enema.
Okay.
I've
heard a lot of people mention that.
Well, Tool's just an amazing band.
Yeah.
They just, once again, Maynard James Keenan is very full of himself. I've seen Tool live 3 times. Probably the most expensive tickets I've ever bought in my life were those. So it's like, Tool has been a huge part of my life. I can't name off any of their songs off the top of my head right now because just they're weird, or I just can't think of it right now because I'm on the spot.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely Tool. And the last one is Pink Floyd, Animals.
Okay.
I think is everyone wants to talk about Dark Side of the Moon, wants to talk about The Wall, or Wish You Were Here. I personally think Animals is Roger Waters. You know, he's pretty much what did that album. If you haven't heard Animals from beginning to end, go do whatever you do, listen to that album, and you'll enjoy yourself, I promise.
Awesome. I like that. Yeah, definitely check it out. I've never been big on Pink Floyd, just myself.
Terrible. That's a disgrace to hear.
I know. It's
awful.
I don't know.
I am like heartbroken right now.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe, because I never liked.
You need to definitely give them a chance.
I never liked We Don't Need No.
That's Alice Cooper.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, We Don't Need No Education.
Oh,
That's
that
Alice Cooper.
I thought it was Pink Floyd.
Hey, teacher,
that's
leave
Alice
those
Cooper?
kids alone. Yeah.
So I've been wrong for 36 years. All right, let's edit that out.
No. Actually, I think I'm wrong. I'm thinking of Schools Out.
Okay.
Schools. No, you're actually right. My apologies. That's off the wall.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, I'm sorry, Dan.
See, I'm not that big into Pink Floyd.
No.
You
I'm
actually
Pink
had
Floyd
me
fan.
there.
I just messed up.
Yeah.
So, because I was just having a discussion. That's my apologies. I'm sorry.
No worries. One song you can listen to for the rest of your life. You can only pick one.
Yeah. See, that's such a hard question because there's like 3 songs. Like probably like 4 or 5. But so I'm just gonna say like all 5 of them.
Sure.
So, Shadows of the Sun by Audioslave is like you can really hear Chris Cornell like his singing, his pain. Like, the guy was a lyrical genius, and he just had so much pain in his life, and it's just too bad. But he was such a good artist. I love his music. I would say Nutshell, which is Alice in Chains, which is off of Jar of Flies. That song is amazing. When I went through my breakup with my ex, I listened to that song a lot. Probably for good 2 straight years, I listened to that song every day. I would say probably Black Sabbath, Solitude.
Okay.
It's another really, really good song. It's off of their second album. It's a damn good song. A lot of the songs we're having you guys listen to are a lot of soft, down songs, very downy songs. This music that I'm into. I would probably say Mad Season, River of Deceit is another really when Dimebag Darrell passed away, Gerard Frick and Zach Wilde basically dedicated that song to Dime. And I would probably say, man, so many good songs, but I'd probably say Dogs from Pink Floyd. There's 3 different variations of versions on it. It's a good ride for the 3 songs, very well written. You'll enjoy it. I'd say those had to listen to, but if I had to listen to one artist for the rest of my life, it'd be Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Just because they have a lot of different things you can listen to, and they're just, dude, Pink Floyd, you don't have to be messed up to listen to Pink Floyd. They're just that good.
I do got to give them more of a chance because
you should.
I think I never liked The Wall.
Yeah.
And that's just always been in my head that I just didn't like that song.
It's their most popular album. That's what everyone goes and relates to. But The Wall's still a great album, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I can be very picky with music.
Music, yeah.
But now it's all I listen to is Christian rock and country. So I mean, it's
my God, you listen to country?
Oh yeah.
As
I got older,
country. I hate it.
It just it makes me feel like summer all the time.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. All right, let's get into blank versus blank though. Before and I have getting a little short on time. We'll get through some of these.
Okay.
First one. So blank versus blank. I'm gonna give you 2 things. Got to pick one. Tell me why. First one right off the bat. Gonna give you the hardest, maybe one of the hardest ones.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers or Bret Favre?
You're saying who I like better, or
you can only keep one. Say the other one goes. You never happened.
Am I using this to win a team with?
You could describe it however you want.
If this is to win a team, I'm keeping Rodgers. If it's who I like better, I'm keeping Favre.
Okay.
Favre, as much as I love the way he played, he was a gunslinger. He took chances, and unfortunately, when he threw across his body when he played the Saints when they had the bounty on him, should never have thrown that ball.
I thought the Vikings were going to the Super Bowl. I really did.
I did too.
Super Bowl 31 championship or Super Bowl 45 championship?
You're talking about Green Bay?
Both Packers. So 45 was Rodgers, 31 was Favre.
I'll take Rodgers. Only reason why being is I was older, I understood it more, so it meant more to me.
Yeah.
Me being so young, I was just getting into it, So I would have to go with Aaron Rodgers.
To be honest, I think I agree with what you just said there.
Yeah.
Because if the Patriots and the Red Sox were winning when I was in elementary school, probably wouldn't have meant as much to me.
Exactly.
If they started winning as more towards I hit adulthood and I understood sports more.
Exactly.
Those were more.
It means
fun.
more. Yeah.
Totally agree with that. More responsible for the success of the 20 years of the New England Patriots, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
I think it's both, honestly.
But you got to pick one. These are the hard questions here. On the hot seat.
Me personally, I think it's Belichick. I'm going to go with Belichick. Like, I honestly think that Belichick will win a championship without Tom Brady. And Bill Belichick's going to win it without a stacked team that Tom Brady has. Like, yes, Tom Brady went and won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. Look at that team, guys. Okay, they have Mike Evans, they have Antonio Brown, they have Chris Godwin, they have Rob Gronkowski, they have Rojo, they have Leonard Fournette. Like, they got a stacked squad, and they have a stacked squad on defense. They have White. Like, they have a good squad. Good. So it's like all around.
Patrick Mahomes found that
probably
out,
a top 5 offensive line.
Yeah.
You know, if not, they're like 6 or 7. They're there. So it's like he's stacked everywhere. So it's like, yes, he won. I agree. He won. But he shouldn't have won against Green Bay. They gift wrapped and gave that to him. Green Bay was hosed.
I've always said, I love Tom Brady. He's my favorite player. But I have Belichick, too. Maybe it's because he's still here. I don't know. Soundgarden or Deftones?
Soundgarden. For sure. I love Soundgarden. I didn't mention any Soundgarden, but it's like, as a whole, like, they have great albums. It's just that songs, I feel like, that was more when Chris Cornell was, like, coming up. He was younger. He was, like, angry. He didn't have any, like, meaningful songs. Not saying that they don't. Just, like, Audio Slave, like, Shadow of the Sun. That was, like, a really, like, personal, like, gut-wrenching song. Soundgarden has that, but, you know, like, Rusty Cage is not, like, they're fun songs, like Jesus Christ Pose. Mm-hmm. You know, I love Soundgarden. I would choose Soundgarden over Deftones, but Deftones I love. Deftones is up there as one of my favorite bands.
Was a White Pony?
Yeah, White Pony.
I had that album.
Yeah,
that was
a good album.
Pink Floyd or Alice in Chains?
See,
you already said Pink Floyd. It's like all time,
right? So is Alice in Chains. Like, this is a really hard question. I want to choose both. Like, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay, all right. Metallica or Megadeth?
Metallica. Absolutely.
I think it's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, yes. Yeah. Although, to give Megadeth credit, okay, they kicked him out, and he went and started Metallica. He went and started Megadeth and made it a huge band. So, like, when this band's blowing it up, like, yeah, you're talented if you can do that.
Definitely, and they had a great career.
Yeah, they did.
System of a Down or Slipknot?
System of a Down. I personally stopped listening to. I actually had a jumpsuit when I was in 9th grade. I had a Slipknot jumpsuit that I used to wear in 9th grade. I actually gave it to Brad Desjardins.
Oh, I remember Brad Desjardins.
Yeah, he has my jumpsuit. So, okay. But I really liked Slipknot first growing up. Like, Iowa was the last album I loved.
They had a good gimmick with the masks and stuff.
They just kind of fell off for me. Like, they were just too angry. Yeah, like, I'm not into, like, I like angry music, don't get me wrong, but, like, just not, like, super angry.
Or all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan?
Stone Cold Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan? That's not really a fan of either.
Really? Not a fan of Stone Cold?
No.
Wow.
Wasn't like everyone like was a fan of Stone Cold. Like, I'm kind of like a hipster in a way where, like, if people like a bunch of stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't
you
like it.
You want to be away from it.
I want to be away from it.
All right. Well, Bret Hart or Owen Hart?
Well, I'm going to choose Bret Hart, but unfortunately, I think Owen Hart would have been better than Bret Hart. I do. Yeah. It's too bad that he had a short in life.
Yeah, 34 years old.
Yeah, dude, he's young.
If you get a chance, watch Dark Side of the Ring.
I want to. I haven't even seen it yet.
It's heartbreaking, dude.
Is it?
It's absolutely heartbreaking. It's like I relived it. I was like 14 again.
Yeah.
Reliving this.
My brother Jeremy is a diehard Owen Hart fan.
Yeah.
And he cried when Owen Hart died, but he was younger. But
I cried too. I was 14. I couldn't sleep
about it. It's my brother Jeremy. My brother Jeremy named his child after Owen Hart.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
He did.
A lot of people did because Kevin Owens, the wrestler, I'm pretty sure his kid, and then he used Owens as like his last name in wrestling. All right, last one. Two people that were brothers that we were really close with when we were kids, Jimmy Barrett or Jesse Barrett.
For what? Who I like better?
You can only keep one.
What? What kind of question is this?
It's the toughest one. We don't put your feet to the fire on this one. Jimmy's a former guest. Jesse should be coming on the show.
Really?
Yeah, he's got to get back to me, but
I like both the Barrett brothers,
I know,
man.
Of course, I like them.
You
both
know,
too.
I can't tell them apart, so I can't choose.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely. I've seen Jimmy more over the years, but I told Jesse we'd definitely get together at some point. But both great guys, both doing awesome.
Good.
I love the Barrett family. So, But yeah, Larry, this has been a lot of fun. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely.
It's been
Appreciate
awesome.
having me on. This was actually a lot of fun, guys. It really was.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that you were able to make it.
I enjoyed it.
So, but everybody out there, except Soapy pre-op, you're very lucky with what happened at the wedding. But keep your heads up. If you're asked to wear a mask, please just do so. But until next week, let freedom ring.
Later, guys.